gates. Lock the gates. Welcome to the podcast. Today we are speaking with Chris Smalls, the founder of the Amazon Labor Union, who also was aboard the Freedom Flotilla to Gaza this summer. Pretty sick guest, right? This is a good guest. We are getting some good guests on this show. So yes, we are going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about him going to Israeli prison and the way he was treated there, and what you and me and all of us can do to try to end the genocide in Gaza. I know it's daunting, but we all have to work together. It's just the way it is. There's stuff that you can do if you're in a union, but also if you're not in a union, there's still stuff you can do. And let's all try to use our voices and use our platforms and do whatever we can to try to end the genocide. I'll keep it short. I won't do a big monologue today. If you appreciate what we're doing and the conversations we're having on this show, please subscribe. I'm embarrassed how few subscribers I have. We're really starting from nothing. This was a dormant YouTube page where I would just occasionally upload stuff for like my portfolio, trying to do the thing, grow the YouTube page. And I think the more subscribers you get, the more they push out the videos. And I think all of these videos were really saying something important that I would like to get out there that I don't see in the mainstream media enough. I mean, how ridiculous is it that when you see people talking about Gaza in the media, you see Tucker Carlson and you see Candace Owens. You don't see liberal, progressive type people doing it. So please support the channel. We need to get the word out that caring about Gaza and wanting the genocide to end is not a weird fringe thing. It's a popular thing. Even if the mainstream media doesn't want to report on it, we know that most people wants the genocide to end and don't want their tax dollars going to it. So help share this video with friends or family that are in unions. If you are in a union, share this video with your fellow union members. Say, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I just saw this video of Chris Smalls. What do you think about what he's saying? You know what I would love, frankly? I would love if people would watch this video like in a classroom. So if you watch this video for homework or you show it to your teacher or something, I would love to hear about that. Let us know in the comments how you found this video, and are you in a union? Are you not in a union? And what do you think? What are you doing to try to get the word out and get the genocide to end sooner? You don't have to do big things. No one needs to be a superstar activist. I mean, Chris went on a flotilla and was intercepted by the Israeli military. That's a big ask. You don't have to do that. You can do little things where you live that make a big difference. When a lot of people do little things, it makes a big difference. Okay, I said I would keep the intro short. With no further ado, here is my talk with labor activist, union leader, Amazon Labor Union founder, Chris Smalls. Hello and welcome to the Mary Houlihan Show. Today we are joined by American hero, Chris Smalls. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No prob. So you're from Hackensack, New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey. Yeah, born and raised.
I went to cosmetology school in Hackensack.
Oh, I know it very well.
Yep, Parisian Beauty Academy.
Yeah. Right across the street from my middle school. Yeah, seen it every day.
For people who don't know you, can you give a brief summary of why they should know you, who you are, and so on?
Sure. My name is Chris Smalls, the founder of the Amazon Labor Union, the first union in American history for Amazon workers. Not only am I the founder of the Amazon Labor Union, I was the former president for 3 years. I affiliated the union with the Teamsters, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. So now we are the ALU IBT Local 1. Recently, I'm known for being on a humanitarian mission to deliver humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. I recently joined the Hundela Flotilla over the summer, an initiative that started 17 years ago to break the siege, the illegal siege that Israel has imposed on the people of Palestine.
It seems like a lot of Americans, particularly like older Americans who aren't on TikTok, they don't really know what's happening in Gaza. Not only is Israel killing civilians, they're also blocking food and medicine and aid into Gaza. And this isn't new. This has been going on before the so-called Israel-Hamas war.
Well, it's a blockade. This is something that's been going on for over 2 decades. Israel has controlled what goes ins and out of Palestine, not just food, but we're talking about prosthetic parts, baby formula, women care products, medical supplies. All of these things are being blocked from entering Gaza right now, illegally, by the way.
So these Freedom Flotillas that bring aid and food and baby formula into Gaza, they have notable people on them, such as yourself or Greta Thunberg, to try to bring media attention. Do you feel like the mainstream media did an adequate job reporting on this?
No, actually, you know, we got zero coverage in America, especially because America is so complicit with this genocide. We had high profilers, what we call them high profilers on these flotillas. And yeah, the media ignores these flotillas for a specific reason because our government is complicit in its genocide. So despite all of the internet viral moments that we may have had, there was zero coverage. There was no article, major media wrote anything about it. It was all social media. I think the only media that I've seen articles was ABC News, CBS, local channel, 2 in New York City. I got some publications in like the Rolling Stone or, Democracy Now as well. But other than that, it was all social media, our own communities, our own organizations, and people that was amplifying these stories to keep us alive.
And you guys weren't able to bring in the baby formula, the food, the prosthetics for the child amputees because your ship was intercepted by the Israeli military. So, what happened next?
We were intercepted or kidnapped on international waters. Once again, something that we are legally allowed to do is deliver humanitarian aid. This was a part of the case of Israel versus South Africa last year that was ruled by the International Court of Justice. Israel has no rights, no jurisdiction to block humanitarian aid into Gaza. So everything that we're doing is in our rights as civilians. But unfortunately, Israel's army block our flotilla initiatives and intercept us and take us to be detained or imprisoned. Before I got to prison is when I was assaulted. 7 authorities threw me to the ground. They put their knees in my back. They twisted both of my arms behind my back and they carried me off, separating me from the crew, threw me up against the wall, saying a bunch of racist remarks to me. Then they heavily guarded me until I was transferred to prison. In prison, they used more psychological warfare. Knowing that we were on a hunger strike, they would sit food in front of us, lie to us every day, tell us to get dressed, knowing we weren't going home. They raided us twice with the raid unit, made us strip naked twice. So everything from the beginning to end was, racially motivated, racially charged.
There were 21 people on your ship, and you were the only black person. And you're saying that you were treated worse because of your skin color?
Yeah, absolutely. I've never experienced the amount of racism and bigotry in my 37 years in America that I did over there in Israel in 5 days. Every person I encountered has such a hatred for people of color.
I think it's really important to emphasize the racism aspect to it because there's a lot of propaganda in American media that tries to pit black Americans against Palestinians or say that they shouldn't care. Like, there was that clip of Van Jones a while ago where he was saying, like, oh, you go on TikTok and it's dead babies in Gaza, like joking and laughing about it. Or like sometimes you see people criticize Kamala Harris or other black politicians for having a not so great record on Israel Palestine, and people say, "Oh, you can't say that. That's racist." And like this really worries me because I don't want people to see these kinds of posts and this kind of propaganda and think that they shouldn't care about Palestinians.
Unfortunately, we don't get taught our history as well. especially in the classroom. But if we did, we would understand that Palestinians have always stood with the civil rights movement since the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers and Palestinian liberation organizations released newsletters together, collectively. In the words of Malcolm X, who visited Gaza in 1964, you can't have capitalism without racism. So they use this racist rhetoric to divide us because they know if we do come together as black and brown, indigenous, immigrant, all creeds, all backgrounds, even white people, if we all came together as people, there's nothing that can stop us from defeating our oppositions. And we're talking about the billionaire class, the corporate class, and even our government. And they know that. They know that, the power of people is real. That's how we were able to defeat Amazon, because we brought people together. And the thing with Palestine is that the world is coming together. Legacy media is spinning narratives because they know that the younger generation, we're a lot more in tune to what's going on with our worldly views now. Everything's connected on social media. We're watching a genocide live stream. So there's nothing that they can lie to us about, even though they continuously do. It's right in front of our faces.
So these weapons that kill children, that kill civilians, we build them here in the US and then they're shipped to Israel. At least in the New York City area, they're shipped out of JFK Airport. They're shipped out of Port Elizabeth in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and Port Jersey in Jersey City. And you, of course, are very experienced in working in shipping and logistics in the New York City area. What can workers do at these ports if they don't want to be complicit in killing kids?
They have to use their power. Don't mean just their voices, but their power is their labor. And just like we've seen in Italy and other countries, Greece, Spain, South Africa, where workers are already shut down, their ports have already withhold their labor for general strikes. We have to do the same here in the U.S. The workers at the ports are mostly rank and file workers, and a lot of them need to be educated on, how it is to withhold their labor, and what they can do within their union. They have to raise their voices and also raise accountability issues within their union leadership. But we also need to pass resolutions that meet the times that we're in, a full arms embargo to shut down all of these ports, to stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine. We could talk about the leadership of these unions because I think that's important. We just did a demonstration a few weeks ago at the AFL-CIO in Washington, D.C., where we stormed the building and delivered our demands, including arms embargo. And then last week, we protested on Black Friday at the ILA, which is the Longshoremen Association. These are the leaderships in the headquarters of all of these workers that's on the ports, in the warehouses, whether it's on the East Coast and the West Coast. The leadership of these unions, one is in North Bergen, New Jersey. That's the Longshoremen Association. They are the leadership for all of the ports on the East Coast, including the Gulf of Mexico. And then on the West Coast, you have the ILWU, which is the leadership for all of the ports on the West Coast. And they're based in San Francisco in the Bay Area. With the exception of Local 10 and the other unions, they have been complicit for the last 2 years. All of these leaderships, they have passed zero resolutions. They have actively fought to suppress resolutions, and their workers are continuously shipping arms and weapons to Israel every 15 hours for the last 2 years. This is not known to the public, and a lot of people should be aware that our unions are failing us. Our leadership of our unions are failing us and failing the working class.
Do you have any theories on why the leadership hasn't been passing the arms embargo resolutions?
I have more than theories, I have facts. They're Zionists. It's just that simple. Some of these union presidents have took the trip to Israel. Once again, another reason why rank and file members should be upset, because their money is going towards these trips. A lot of people don't know that the Jewish Labor Committee is a fraction within the AFL-CIO that is ran by President Stuart Applebaum. So I'm trying to, once again, shed awareness by education, but also by action. Direct action gets the goods. That's the reason why I got on the flotilla as a labor leader, to apply more pressure to other labor leaders to get on these flotillas as well.
Currently, we're in a ceasefire, but it's a ceasefire in name only. Israel has been killing civilians every single day since this ceasefire was announced. And again, this is something that, like, I feel like we should be making so much noise about, because I think the average person, they just hear about the ceasefire in the news and they're like, "Oh, the war is over." But it's not over, and we need to be pushing for an arms embargo rather than a ceasefire.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The ceasefire is not real. Israel's continue to kill Palestinians every day. And yeah, I think we know that. We knew that since the first ceasefire that was called over a year ago, that this genocide is not over. It's far from over. And I've been saying this since we've been protesting against these unions in America, that if we stop shipping weapons, we stop the genocide. So that's what we have to do.
I think we should also be concerned about like potential environmental aspects of like our workers are handling these highly combustible weapons, and like they could explode, they could kill workers, they could pollute our waterways. I would like to see more environmental organizations get involved in this. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like any other, factory, industrial industry. Like these are dangerous jobs, and one mistake, one small mistake can cost lives. That's the reason why I was fired, from Amazon for being a whistleblower for COVID. We're handling things that can potentially kill us. We're not even talking about the type of chemicals that are coming from these weapons and things like that that can cause cancer, environmental changes, especially to the greater communities where these warehouses are located. And we as people, we can't allow it. Our government is failing us, and our labor movement is failing us as well. That's when it takes people, everyday people, whether you're union or non-union, to step up, use your platform, use your voice, use whatever you can to amplify this cause.
Back to the propaganda topic, like another thing I see online all the time is like this idea that quote unquote working class people is just like white people, like this caricature of like a white coal miner in like a rural area. And I think that's so crazy because, like, in New York, who do I see doing working class jobs like retail workers, hospitality workers, home health aides, transit workers, garbage men? I see black people doing those jobs. Like, black and brown people are part of the working class. But it seems like the mainstream media tries to tell people no, you can only pick working class issues or race and identity issues. You can't have both. Or like, if you focus too much on working class issues, you're racist. Like I feel like they really try to say this stuff to us. It's just crazy to me because higher minimum wage, free health care, free child care, these things would benefit black and brown people. It would benefit all people. Like, I just feel like at this point, we all know that racism exists. And so, like, if a politician or even like a corporation or a celebrity makes a big show about like racism is so bad, I hate racism, I'm not impressed if they're not like doing anything to actually help black and brown people make more money and live more comfortably.
Yeah, when we talking about essential workers, definitely black and brown, indigenous, and even our immigrants. A lot of the blood, sweat, and tears off of our backs have built the infrastructure of America. My fight is your fight, and your fight is my fight. Understanding that the only way our ops are going to win is by three things: fear, creating doubt, and creating division. That is capitalism in a bubble. So we have to do the opposite. We can't be scared. We have to fight back, and we can't believe the propaganda because we've been propagandized in America. We have to seek to understand and find out for ourselves and get educated on these things.
Well, heck, I think we're almost out of time. Are there any last things you want to say?
I would just like to say, get involved now. Don't sit back and wait. The time is now to get involved. If you need a community to find, please reach out to me on my social media and also join the coalition that I created a few months ago that's involving a lot of your well-known organizations that are fighting to put an end to these shipments disarmgenocide.org. Yeah, get involved. Sign our petition. It's an arms embargo. We all want the one common goal is to stop shipping weapons and put an end to this genocide and free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Go to disarmgenocide.org. Sign the petition. Chris Smalls, thank you so much. You're the best.
Amazing.
Thank you. Clap, 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 clap.
Turn it on!
Wasn't that nice? I forgot to tell you up top that we did funny animation. By we, I mean I did. I'm editing all these videos. I'm pretty tired of it. I'm going to need to hire someone to help soon. I hope for fans of Space Ghost Coast to Coast that you enjoyed that editing. And see you next week. Love you. Be good. And don't forget, when everybody does a little bit, big things can happen. Okay, bye.
Later, sucker!